that you don't know if there's compliance without monitoring. You must have monitoring in place. You must capture all that ephemeral content and analyze it rapidly. So those are the three solutions. The one that I've been working on, and we spent $7 million building this nationwide system, obviously is the third one, which is monitoring. And it's powerful. I can tell you that a couple days after the November 2020 election, I sent a lot of our data to Senator Cruz's office. And on November 5th, 2020, Cruz and two other senators sent a very threatening letter to Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, saying, you testified under oath that you don't interfere with elections. How do you explain Epstein's data? And it's a 2-page letter summarizing our findings in 2020. In that election, by the way, Google shifted more than 6 million votes to Joe Biden. So, Pichai did not reply right away, but on that same day, they turned off all of their manipulations in Georgia, which was gearing up for 2 Senate runoff elections in January. How do we know that? Because we had more than 1,000 observers. We call them field agents. We had more than 1,000 observers throughout Georgia. We were monitoring big tech content through the computers of more than 1,000 people in Georgia. And we saw Google turn off all their manipulations. The partisan go vote reminders, the bias in search results went to zero, absolutely flat. We had never seen that before. They literally just pulled out from Georgia.
I mean, the interesting thing to me is that all three of those, and it's incredible work that you're doing, seem to me to not work without the other. I don't think they're discrete options. I think that really, I'm a huge fan of free markets. I know that Bobby is, it sounds like you are as well, certainly free markets of ideas, of the right to know, to be an informed consumer, which certainly applies to news and to information. But even when you know, right, with the monitoring capabilities that you're talking about, and I think more and more people do know, they use DuckDuckGo and so forth, but it is a pain in the butt, because of monopolistic practices. And we saw this with the Apple and the Google judgment, right? When you buy a phone and you have a pre-built-in search engine, even if you know based on this monitoring that, what you're seeing is hopelessly filtered and biased, it is the kind of free ice cream problem where it's just a lot easier to operate with the pre-installed option rather than add your own. And I think the more, the